Do you ever wonder how some guys can just effortlessly attract women while you, for the life of you, just can't figure out how they do it? In this video, I'm going to share my own personal journey on how I went from being shy and awkward to confident and charismatic, and I'm going to also explain to you guys how you can do the same as well. I'll share the challenges that I faced, the steps that I took, and how you can become that version of yourself as well. I sucked with women.
Me and you can just, go out and... Sorry.
I wasn't naturally good at this stuff. I used to watch all my friends have all this success and get all this attention from women. Well, I'd be sitting there feeling invisible, thinking, hello, I'm over here, like, do you not see me? And then I'd go home at night and I'd feel sorry for myself and I'd go shoot off watching and playing video games to try to numb the pain. I didn't want to accept reality. And on top of this, I was surrounding myself with negative people who had this victim mindset. I felt like the world was out to get me, that I just can't get ahead, woe is me. That wasn't leading towards any kind of growth or positive personal development. And I just got sick of continually rejecting myself and telling myself I wasn't good enough to talk to women. I knew that by continuing to tell myself that, I was headed down a dark path. So I needed to change that. I needed to face my fears head on, or else nothing was going to happen. This problem I was having started to affect my focus in other areas of my life, my concentration in school, my relationships with my friends and my family. I started to become more isolated. I forced myself out of my comfort zone by cold approaching, and I started to deliberately put myself in situations to socialize with people, like going to malls and cafes, putting myself in scenarios where I would strike up conversations with people to just try to work on this skill. And at first it was awkward as I wasn't getting the kind of reactions or the reception that I wanted, but with time it got better. People are stuck in their heads, grappling with their own identity, and they want to be acknowledged. They want to be approached. It can make their day. But I kept pushing through because I knew I had to change. I could no longer lie in bed staring at my ceiling, wondering to myself, what if, and telling myself that I was a bitch for not approaching the girl who gave me the eye contact. I knew I was better than this, so it's something that I had to prove to myself. I couldn't let these opportunities keep passing me by. I was tired of having to fake it to my family when my grandma would ask, how are the women in your life? I have to lie and look around the room like, yeah, it's great. Meanwhile, I hadn't been on a date ever. And this whole process, it wasn't easy. It took a lot of showing up when I really didn't want to. But I was just that motivated because I knew what was on the other side of this. I started looking at every interaction as a chance to improve, to grow, as opposed to being worried about getting rejected. I would rather create an opportunity for myself and at least uplift somebody else than to not do it at all and to continually keep losing confidence in myself. And over time, it did allow me to shift my mindset, to get used to being comfortable being uncomfortable. Talking to people just seemed like a normal thing. And it allowed me to attract the kind of people that I want in my life. The vibe that you put out is going to be the people that you attract. Birds of a feather flock together. So I had to work on becoming that best version of myself and then just continuing to build those habits. Every rejection and every awkward interaction, it taught me something new. I would sit back and analyze and think about where I could improve. I learned to approach this with a new mindset. Instead of seeing myself as a victim of my circumstances, I started to see myself as someone who had that opportunity to grow into that man that I knew deep down I was capable of becoming now. And that's when this shit got addicting. I went from feeling invisible to becoming someone that could attract the kind of people that I wanted into my life. I started to reap the benefits of all this. I was no longer nervous. I no longer had this social anxiety. I could walk into any room and start a conversation with anybody. So this made networking a breeze, attracting the right kind of friends into your life, those other high value men that are on that same purpose, that same mission. The key to all this was persistence and continually showing up even when I didn't want to, even when that bitch voice in the back of my mind was screaming, oh, now you can just stay home. Nobody wants to talk to you. These voices are still going to be there. Over time, you just learn how to turn down the volume knob. And the key was just to face these insecurities head on rather than continuing to hide from them. By challenging these negative beliefs that I used to have and embracing this new positive mindset for growth, to know that I could do it, to have faith in myself, to bet on myself and carry through with that, instead of just continually making promises to myself and breaking them like I had been doing, that was where I started to notice this real shift. If you want to dive deeper into this mindset, hit the link in my description below. I have a free PDF I just made for you guys. It's called the Ultimate Charisma Blueprint, where it'll show you guys how to increase your confidence in charisma and attract the women that you want into your life. So now it's time to give you guys some actionable tips so you can incorporate this into your own life. So the first thing you want to do is take the focus off yourself, right? Focus on what the other person is saying. Nod your head and actively listen. Show them that you are paying attention. They have the spotlight. This takes the pressure off you. Focus on being present, like a horse with its blinders on. You're just soaking up what they have to say like a sponge. plunge. And then another thing you want to make sure you're doing, what I still continue to do to this day, is analyze these interactions, right? Go home and write down where you're shining. At what points in the conversations did you feel like it was at a high note? Did you feel like the other person was extremely receptive? And where can you improve, right? Did you talk about one topic too much? Did you talk about yourself too much? Just get comfortable being uncomfortable, right? Pushing yourself to your absolute limit, whether that's socially, meeting new people, in the gym, doing an extreme mental challenge. Like one thing that I love to do is cold plunge, right? I'll challenge myself there. I'll fast, see how long I can go without eating. I'll see how long I can sit in the sauna. All these mental battles with myself. Who are you when things get uncomfortable, when things get tough? Now it's time to actually put this stuff into practice, guys, to start improving your charisma so that you can attract women and attract the kind of people that you want in your life, to be that best version of yourself. And with the right mindset and consistent effort, you guys too can do it as well. And make sure, like always, to drop your comments, your thoughts, your opinions, what's going on in your life. If you just want to chat, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys.